Action. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. Happy day to you.
So
how are you doing, Earl?
I'm good. You? We don't have a name for this yet, but we'll come up with one.
We don't have a name.
We'll come up with one.
Yes.
Put my phone down here. Gonna take a light.
Gonna light my first cigarette.
Essentially, the point of what we're doing here is to smoke and chit chat about stuff. What that is, we don't know.
We don't know. It could be anything.
Now we'll have a talking point, a jumping off point. Other than that, we'll just let the cigarette talk take us where it may.
Let the cigarettes guide us, as I do my life. Yes. But our topic for today is romance, relationships, and things like internet dating versus real in-person dating. Stuff like that. How's that cigarette, Earl?
It tastes wonderful. I only smoke when I talk to people, and I have sit around talking. So basically, this is like what we do on a normal basis.
Yeah, and I only smoke on 2 occasions: when I'm awake and when I'm not.
Well, so let's get started. So here's the thing. Let's start. So we want to discuss. Let's talk about online dating, app dating versus real life dating. What our experiences have been like, and how that shit. So you can start if you want.
Okay.
How's your experience been?
Well, I met my ex-husband on Tinder. So I don't know if I would call that a success or a failure, but, it works to some degree. People fall in love on dating apps all the time. But what do you think?
Well, let's see. I've been married for, since 2014, so 10 years. But when I was dating, I found it easier to meet people online.
Yeah, it is easier. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially after COVID, everything went super virtual.
Yeah.
And it just makes a lot of sense. I mean, a lot of us live online. A lot of us spend a lot of our time in our lives online. Why not date online?
Because back then, for me, it was MySpace.
It was MySpace? Did you meet girls on MySpace?
That's how I met all my girlfriends back then.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of them were in my town that I lived in.
But you met them on MySpace?
Yes. Some of them I didn't know, but I would say a few that I did date was from school. I'd hit them up, like, hey, remember me? We went to high school together. What's up?
So you knew them in real life before?
Yes and no. I went to school with them, but I did not talk to them at school.
Interesting. So it's almost like the internet and the online version helped you break down a wall.
Correct. So hey, I went to school with you. I never spoke to you, but I was thinking maybe.
So it kind of made you more courageous.
Yeah. You know what I did one time? What? I created a fake account with a fake name.
No, you were a catfish.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. No. So I literally said my name was whatever it was at the time, and I was like, hey, and then right away I was like, okay, I'm fucking with you. I'm not this person. I'm actually Earl. And they were like, oh shit, okay. They were cool with it. They understood.
So how long from the time you started the account till you revealed that it was you?
Right away.
So you couldn't follow through with the catfishing?
No, because I felt bad. So I sent them a message, one message, and he wrote back, and then I was like, oh, it's just me.
Earl, you couldn't commit.
No, because I didn't want to do that to somebody.
Yeah, catfishing is weird. It's weird. People get weird on the internet. Don't you think? It turns people into something else.
Because it was some blogging website. I can't remember the name of it, but you could post. It was Live Journal or some shit, and it had some cool art. And I was like, oh, I went to school with this girl. I kind of want to talk to her. So I made that fake name up, and
was it DeviantArt?
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
I think it was DeviantArt. But, so I did that, and, yeah. But I met my wife online. Her profile picture popped up of, a random user online, and I was like, hey, I like your shirt. And we started talking. I was like, hey, I'll be in Austin one week, and I know you live in San Antonio if you want to meet up.
Oh, you're pulling out the moves? Is that your move?
I don't really have moves, but that was what I said. And then I was like, yeah, I'll be in Austin, want to hang out. So she came up to Austin from here. And then she, the first thing I said was, hey, I got some liquor in my trunk if you want some.
Oh, shit.
I literally said it to her the first time. And the rest
and
is
she
history.
just was like swooning. So
I feel like, yeah, so to wrap everything up, online dating, I feel like it's easier because you can kind of say things to people you won't say in real life.
Yeah, true. I'd agree with that. I think sometimes guys can get a little too bold. On Tinder, I mean, they'll straight up...
Sorry.
You okay?
Took a big drag of that shit.
It's dangerous. But,
I was like, it's fine. Like I'm a professional.
Don't die on me, Earl.
Cigarettes and Monsters, a way to go.
Way to go. Breakfast of champions.
We're not sponsored by anything because we just started, but Monster, if you do hear this, I would love a sponsorship.
Also, American Spirit. But, but yeah, I think online people get really bold, and it can be a good and a bad thing. I think for people who are anxious, who are maybe more socially anxious, they can feel a level of vulnerability online. And then you have people who are already bold in real life and then get online.
You know, Granny, there just ain't no way of saying how good a Winston is. You gotta smoke one to find out.
Well, I can say this. Winston tastes mighty good.
Like a cigarette should.
Can you just say hi? Just say hi. Like, I'm fine with the other stuff. Just say hi first.
So you want someone to be normal and then kind of let it go where it goes. Let
it go where it goes, but don't out the gate. Like, I'm not even conservative. I'm a pretty liberal person, and guys will send me these messages, and I'm like, geez, dude, what gave you the audacity?
It is weird. Like, I've never had to experience that because I was normal with people I would talk to online, and so they were normal back. But I know that kind of talk does exist. Obviously, it's human nature. But I never had to deal with that kind of stuff, luckily. Well, that's not true. There was a girl one time that was, like, obsessed with me. She kept sending me weird messages, and, like, you got to go, stop.
Golly. What were some of the messages?
Not really. Not
were
so
they,
much,
like, aggressive?
Not so much dirty, but just, like, over-aggressive. Like, every time I would post something, she'd be, oh, my God, I love it, too. No way. Me, too. I love it. I love it. Like, I'd post a picture of, like, I don't know, me wearing a Longhorn hat. I love the Longhorns. Me too. I love them. They're awesome. Or whatever I'd post a shirt of. I love that shirt. I like that shirt. Just, yo, relax. This is a long time ago. The mid-2000s for me was quite an odd time.
Quite an odd time? Why?
Because I dated some weird-ass people. Because I just wanted to be with somebody. I didn't think about anything else. So I would date girls maybe for like a month or so, and that was it.
That was it. I did a lot of, like, 1-month dating periods. Like, before my husband, I had never had a long-term relationship. I had just had, like, little 1-month, 2-month flings, basically.
Hey, that's what happens until you...
That's what happens. And then I fell in love, and we got married, and then now I'm divorced.
How's
the
that
cycle
going?
Of life.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good. I feel like I'm coming back into myself. I feel like I lost myself a little bit in my marriage, and I don't think it was his fault. I don't think it was my fault. I think it was just the nature of our relationship, and I'm starting to, like, find myself again. That sounds really cheesy, but, like, it's true.
So how long were you married, if you don't mind me asking?
I was married for almost 5 years.
Okay, so I'm out of cigarettes. Do you find it, like, the dating world different in those 5 years from when you got married till when you got divorced? Was it different for you or no?
It's kind of been the same so far because it's just a lot of, like, flings again. But for the most part, I think, I don't know, it kind of feels the same. Like, I'm on Tinder, and I do a lot of Tinder and Hinge and Bumble and all of the things. But really, the relationships that have turned into, like, anything at all have been from in-person meetings.
So I was eating Pringles. But yeah. But yeah, I think as you get older, I mean, it's just me. I don't know how online dating works. I've heard people say it's really hard.
It is hard because the thing for me is, like, I'm not really going to be super attracted to someone from a photo and a bio. it's just like sometimes I'm like, yeah, this person seems cool, but when you see someone in person, it's like their mannerisms and their whole vibe that kind of makes them attractive. You know what I mean?
For me, yeah, I always wanted a personality.
Yeah.
I'm like, they look cool on a photo and they look cute, but if they're not cool, like if they're boring, then there's no fucking point.
Yeah. So what's your type? Do you have a type?
My wife, yeah.
Yeah, so what would you describe as like
I would say
type?
my type was or is someone who's funny, can understand that I want to joke a lot, right? And I'm going to say stupid shit 24/7. I'm going to quote TV shows a lot, like comedy shows. And yeah, that's mainly it. Just be funny.
I know, right? Like humor is such a big thing.
So, yeah, sense of humor definitely is number one, and my wife is funny. She does have a sense of humor. So yeah,
nice.
Whenever I was looking for a person, a sense of humor was a big thing, and also, believe it or not, music.
Oh, really?
Not necessarily likes the same type as I do, but just someone who can enjoy and understand like how awesome it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like appreciate music the way you do. I feel like that's how it is for me with like film. Like if I have to be with someone who will go to the movies with me and like dissect a film after we watch it and like talk about the cinematography and all of the stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not like a music, what do you call it when you study music? I'm not musical theory. I don't do that. But just someone can understand that, like, yeah, dude, music's fucking awesome. I want to listen to music a lot. Or I'm going to go to shows sometimes.
Shows, yeah, that's a big one. Because some people won't go to a show. They don't like that atmosphere, which I get, like,
it's
totally.
Fucking awesome.
But if you are wanting to go to shows and they don't want to go to shows, I can see how that would be conflicting. Could be kind of an issue.
Yeah, and I also wanted somebody who would understand that, yeah, I love video games. And I'm going to, on my days off, I'm going to play video games.
Fair.
But my wife's a gamer too, so she understands what it means to like sit down in front of a screen for multiple hours.
Oh, you got a gamer girl.
Yeah.
Nice. Isn't that like the dream?
Yeah. Because like, you know what
You're
I mean?
like, yeah, I'm living the dream.
Because if you were with somebody, right, and like, hey, I play video games, you know, my off days, whatever, and like, oh my God, this is for children.
Yeah.
That'd be an issue.
That would be an issue.
Like, I still play lots of video games.
Because golly, in a cigarette, it's the taste that makes the difference. And Lucky's do taste cleaner, fresher, smoother. So come on, be happy. Go Lucky, make your next carton Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go Lucky, get better taste today.
Have you ever had drastic changes in your opinion of like what a relationship should be?
No.
Did that make sense, what I asked?
Yeah. Like, what's the point of being in a relationship? Is that?
Well, I guess like how you view what a relationship is meant to be.
Oh yeah. It's always meant the same to me. So when like to me a relationship should be like not only like love and shit and like all the other stuff, but like hanging out and doing stuff.
Hanging out. I think that's the biggest thing. Like you're gonna hang out with this person all the time.
Like, don't stop dating ever.
Yeah.
Like, don't get in a relationship and you just like don't do anything.
I mean, a lot of people, like with me and my husband towards the end, we kind of ended up being like roommates and we just weren't seeing each other a lot or talking to each other a lot. And we didn't date each other towards the end. And you lose a lot when you stop doing those things.
That's the number one killer, I believe.
You believe? That's a strong
at some
opinion.
point it becomes like you feel like you're a fuck buddy or you're just a roommate. But yet you're married to this person.
Yeah. And it was a lot of living in the same space, but not sharing a lot of the same space, you know.
Luckily, I've never had to experience that, but I bet it's like rough.
How long have you been with your wife?
We've been together 11 years. Been married 10.
So you're like a seasoned married guy. You have, what are the tips? What are the tricks? What are the...
Trust is a good thing.
Trust.
She doesn't, and also another big thing is I feel like is an underrated quality is opposite sex hangouts. Like, she's cool with me hanging out with girls. Like, if, you know, oh yeah, I told her, yeah, I'm going to do a podcast with Mallory. She's cool with that.
Yeah, I think that is big. I think,
yeah, underrated quality.
I think people can get very carried away in like jealousy and stuff like that to a point where you're not able to make friends. And like you can have people have their opinions about like whether boys and girls can just be friends and stuff like that. And I think I've always seen it as like a green flag if I meet a guy and he has really good relationships with girls, like good friendship relationships with girls. I think that's a green flag. A lot of people will be like, that's a red flag. He has a lot of girlfriends and like girls that he hangs out with. And in my opinion, I'm like, that's awesome. If it like, I think men need female relationships and they need strong female relationships that aren't just their family.
Because in real life, I have like two. Like, you and Madison. They're really the only two girls I know in real life that I hang with.
Yeah. But I just think...
And if I miss somebody, I want to feel really shitty.
What?
I said, because we were talking about like opposite sex friends. I was like, other than my wife, obviously, I was like, I only know you and Madison that I hang out with that are girls. And like, if I miss somebody, I won't feel really shitty. But that also means that we don't hang ever. So I'm not thinking of that.
Yeah, true. And some relationships are like that. Like, I think relationships have their places. Like, there are people I see maybe once every few months, but I talk to or text regularly. And it's like, that's kind of the nature of our relationship. And it's just, it's fine like that.
Parliament gives you extra margin. Parliament gives you extra margin. You're smoking neat, you're smoking clean with Parliament today.
Yeah, I think relationships and love are so tricky because they're always going to be complicated. Like, I just saw the Ashley Madison documentary. Did you watch that?
I've seen that. That shit's fucking wild.
Wild, dude.
Wild.
And my thing is, so because I got divorced and then I decided I don't think I want to be monogamous anymore. And so now I am polyamorous. And I believe that people can have different kinds of relationships with different kinds of people. And you know, love doesn't have to be limited to one person. It can be. That can be what you want personally. And that's great. But for me, I think it all comes down to like honesty and communication in terms of what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, relationships are, for me, I would say they're not hard. But this is also San Antonio, and a lot of people here don't know how to be like, what's we're looking for with the one person and stay
monogamous.
With them. No, it's where they not that, because if you say you're that's different. But if you're like, yeah, I'll be true to you, but then you sleep around, loyal.
See, yeah, loyal.
Now, if you go into a relationship saying, yeah, I like to be with different people at the same time, then that's different because you clarified it. Like, I'm not.
You've been open about it. That's the thing. A lot of people cheat, and I'm like, just be polyamorous. You can find other people who are okay with you doing that.
Yeah, people in San Antonio, though, they say they're like, oh, I'm with one person. I'm not very loyal. Like my wife always says, that's why she imported me.
She imported you from where?
Dallas.
From Dallas?
Dallas.
Is Dallas better?
It's got cool things. I'm from there, so like to me, of course, Dallas is a fucking badass city. But I like San Antonio because I like Tex-Mex and well.
Yeah, San Antonio's got good food. That's the truth.
How's your American Spirits?
Oh, they're hitting nice.
It's been a while since you smoked one, huh?
It's been a while since I've smoked an actual cigarette.
I got you in the habit again, probably.
Thanks a lot, Earl.
Well, we were chilling, and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to just have a podcast where, like, and it's not an original idea. It's been done, but I just want to sit around, smoke, and just talk.
Yeah, Earl said that to me, and I was like, hell yeah.
Like, there's lots of them.
I'm down.
That I've watched with people sit around smoking marijuana, but I don't smoke weed. So I was like, next best thing is a cigarette.
Next best thing. This is the true love of my life.
And you feel that burn on the throat, right? That hit spot. Because the first time I smoked weed a long time ago, and the first time I did, dude, I wasn't aware of how it worked, and I took a puff, and like you got to hold it in, and my chest started burning. I was like, when do I stop? And I started coughing up real bad.
Oh my god.
But now I'm just poisoning my lungs with these.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Anytime the thirst takes hold, Pepsi pours it on.
Okay, so you're while you were still at your college that you went to?
I was still at my college, and I was my last year of college. I had he wasn't really my boyfriend, but he would come over every night. And so we made this little pipe out of like aluminum foil or something, and we smoked it, and then we went to a pizza buffet. It was great.
Smoke weed and go to get pizza afterwards?
And went to a pizza buffet, yeah.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
It was pretty fun. He was the first person who introduced me to cigarettes, like smoking cigarettes.
Changed the world?
That guy. And he didn't take my virginity. I thought he did for a minute. I forgot. He didn't. It wasn't him.
Over one of those pizza and weed nights.
So how old were you?
I mean,
when you lost your virginity?
I'll say this. My wife is the only person I've ever been sexual with. Little known fact.
Little known fact.
And you're
lying.
I swear to God, I'm telling the honest truth. Because it wasn't even about, like...
Loyal Earl.
Because it wasn't even about, like, waiting till marriage. Until I met her, I really never dated someone that I wanted to...
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to, like, stay long-term with. Yeah. So I was like, well... If we sleep together and say, for example, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You get pregnant?
No, not pregnant. Not that, but just like, what if I get attached or they get attached or whatever, but you're like, fuck, I don't want to be in it with this person. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's why I was like, I'm waiting till the right person. Not necessarily someone that I'm going to be like, may or may not marry, but just the right person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and my family... they were big on not having marriage before sex, and I had sex before marriage, so they were like, oh my God. They weren't like upset, they were just like, I can't believe that like happened.
I can't believe that happened, Earl. But yeah,
so people are shocked that like that's a thing. I was like, yeah.
I know.
I was 27, 26.
Okay, I was 21, and I was trying so hard to wait till marriage. I tried so hard. I really did. And couldn't do it. And when I started leaving my religion, I realized kind of the morals that I grew up with aren't the morals that I personally believe in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let's go. And then I kind of went a little bit wild.
That's why I believe mine. I fell out of religion because even when I was going to church, I never literally felt anything. So I was trying to force myself to believe in this thing. And when I became an adult, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
See, I believed it. I was in it. And I was fully committed. And then things just start crumbling, and you realize, like, this isn't what I thought it was. This isn't necessarily even good for me. I had a lot of religious OCD. So it was very intense for me. I had to do everything right. I was very hyper-focused on doing the right thing at the right time in the right way, and it was affecting me mentally, and so I had to leave. But when I left, it was like I had no rudder, you know. You kind of eschew everything you grew up with, and then you're like, well, now I can do whatever I want. So
I'm one of those cool kids.
It's like no rules.
Like yeah. So.
And I mean, I started realizing that I liked girls.
Oh, both, yeah.
So I was like, can't really. I mean, I'm bisexual, so it's like I could have just married, and I did marry a guy.
Because who knows, what if, like, you do get married to a girl? I don't know how your family will take that.
I know. They know I'm bisexual. They know that I'm queer, so they're fine with that. And honestly, like, it's funny because sometimes they'll say kind of, like, homophobic things, but then, like, one year they invited me to go to Pride with them, and they're, like, they're supportive in ways that they try to be. Like, they try to be supportive, and it's so cute, but sometimes they aren't. But they're trying.
All right. That's pretty good. So, you want to wrap things up? Or you got more to say?
Are we wrapping up?
It's up to you.
That went quick.
Yeah. Because I know you said originally you want to try to do like half an hour.
Half an hour. We can do half an hour. Do you want to keep going? What do you feel?
It's up to you. I'm done.
I say let's hit a few more stories, a few more anecdotes or something.
Same subject matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your first date like? How old were you?
My first official date? Fuck, I was an adult. Because I didn't really date in high school. My first...
What were you like a loner in high school?
Kinda. I had friends. I hung out with all like the skaters and punks.
Nevertheless, I'm hella fresh, rolling joints like a cigarette. So pass it across the table like ping pong. I'm gone, beating my chest like King Kong.
But my first official date that I can remember outside of high school was with this girl I went to school with. And we was like, oh, I remember you from school, like I said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And so we went to go watch a movie. And I got home that night. I was like, fuck, she's boring. So we dated for a while. And I broke up with her. And she was like, hey, what happened? I was like, I'll be honest with you. You're really boring.
You told her that? Yeah. Earl.
And I said, look, man.
That's when you say, it's me. It's not you.
No, I was going to be honest with you. Because I don't want to like... I was like, you're cool. Like, you're cool as a friend, but as a dating, you're really boring. Because you always say the same fucking shit, the same stories. And to me, it's just, there's nothing there.
Well, at least you were honest. I mean, I got to give you that. At the end of the day, it's better to have someone be honest than, like, ghost you or not tell you.
That's just what I thought. I thought, I'm just going to be honest instead of trying to make it. Because then if you say, it's not me, it's not you, it's me. Like, oh, well, no, you're fine. And it leaves it open for more talking. So I just said, you're boring.
Well,
I'll eat a Pringle now.
My first date, my mom bought for me at an auction. Yes, it was a Mormon church event auction. And someone had offered up to auction a date with her son, who was my age. And he was really socially anxious and shy, and I was really socially anxious and shy. So our parents got together and were like, let's have them go on a date. And my mom bought the date for me. I wasn't there. I didn't know about it. And then him and I had to go out together, and both of us were painfully shy and awkward and quiet.
So you were forced into it?
Yes.
And
my mom paid for that. She should get her money back.
That's so wild.
It was my first date, and I was
how old were you?
I was 16.
16? Oh, shit.
Because in the Mormon church, you're not allowed to date until you're 16.
Oh, wow. Because that's like when you're supposed to be like borderline adult, right?
Yeah.
Like, you made a face.
I mean, I don't think 16-year-olds are adults. I don't think 18-year-olds are adults. I think 21-year-olds are kind of adults. I think when you're 25, you have reached adulthood.
Yeah, to me, 18 is the legal limit, right, for most things. Like, that's when you can, like, do stuff. But, yeah, to me, 21 should be when you're considered an adult. Because, like
think about when you were 18. I remember when I was 18. God, I was so naive.
I was an adult, but I wasn't an adult. Like, I had a job. I had a car.
I could drive.
But mentally, I definitely am not where I'm now. I was a totally different person. I just didn't understand, because like I said, I grew up in a religious home, so I didn't understand how the world actually worked.
Yeah, me neither. Not at all. I think I still don't know.
So then I discovered something called alcohol when I turned 21.
Yes.
Because I didn't drink till I was 21.
Neither did I.
And so I was like, oh, I'm 21 now. I just broke up with this girl. I'm really fucking stoked that it's over. So then I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and ordered a Heineken. Here's the funny part. You're going to laugh. Funny. I drank it with a straw.
Earl, you did not.
I did, I swear to God.
Your first beer?
I drank with a straw.
You drank with a straw?
Yeah. I wasn't aware. I just wanted to drink with a straw.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so people were like laughing at me, but I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
I also didn't cuss back then either, believe it or not.
Damn, you have changed.
I'm a way different person. I used to be quiet, not cuss, believed in the Lord.
Same. But
now
I was such a little Mormon girl.
But like, there was just certain things I never understood. Like, in your world, homosexuality is wrong. Not thinking of the Bible and not thinking of church. Why do you personally think it's wrong?
Yeah.
And people could never give me answers.
It's always the only reason is because
God
it says so in the Bible. Because God says so. And but so
how do you feel?
I never understood that. I remember a big part part of what led me out of the church. Like the first time I was really questioning, like, is this the right thing to believe in, was when Prop 8 was going on in California.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Was that the legalized legal marriage?
Well,
for gay
people were trying to make it so that gay marriage was illegal.
Illegal, that's what it was. Okay, I thought it was the
They were
opposite.
trying to either the vote was, if you vote yes on Prop 8, you're voting for traditional family, which means only a marriage certificate can only be between a man and a woman. And so this girl on my dorm room floor at college was she was like, vote yes on Prop 8. Everybody put these Prop 8 signs in your window and Prop 8, Prop 8. And I remember I go to my roommate almost as if I'm like telling her a secret. And I was like, I kind of think they should be allowed to get married. And that was the first time I was like, wait, are we the bad guys? Like, we're doing something that's rude and wrong and mean.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I really kind of, it flipped on its head. And I was like, maybe what I believe in isn't the most right thing all the time. Which is hard to grapple with. I mean, I was in it.
What were you? In it,
I was
man.
in it, dude.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know. One day I realized, I was like, you know what? I honestly don't have a problem with gay people or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Different than me, I guess you would say.
Queer. I just say queer because it's a catch-all. But,
basically people who don't follow traditional man-girl lifestyle.
just anyone who's not straight, I guess.
I was just like, I don't have a problem with it. But my religion's telling me that I should have a problem.
Yeah, it's like I'm supposed to have a problem with this, but I don't see what the issue is. Like,
so that's when I kind of started to be like, you know what? Maybe this religion thing is fucking stupid. No disrespect to if you are religious and you believe. I'm not saying you're stupid. But me personally, it's not for me.
it's not for me. And for me, I just got so intense about it. Like, it would take me hours to say my nighttime prayer because I had to do it a certain way at a certain time. I had to make sure I had prayed for everyone, or else something bad might happen to them. Like, my brain cannot handle the intensity of religion because it is very intense. You're like, this is my eternal life that's hanging in the balance here. I better do the right thing. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. And for me as a kid, it was a lot of pressure to be Mormon. It really was.
The boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking the trash, we'll pull your card. No, ain't nothing in life but to be legit. Don't hold me, boy, 'cause I ain't said shit.
We got a little caught up there in a moment.
You got it caught up in your cigarette over there.
I
Are
was
you
just
falling in love with cigarettes like I have?
No. I was just admiring it. It was nice
Just
and warm.
admiring. Yeah. For me, it's love. But is there anything you want to wrap up about our romance and love episode?
Not really. I think I've said everything I wanted to say or need to say.
Any advice as someone who is happily married, has a great relationship, has had one for years and years and years?
Do not take shit seriously. There's a time and place to take shit seriously, but if you have a disagreement or about something, don't think it's the end of the fucking world.
That's good advice, yeah. Because sometimes it feels like the end of the
we
world.
have disagreements, but we've never argued. I swear to God, we've never had an argument. We never raised our voices at each other. Because, like, I just don't take a lot of shit seriously. So if there's a disagreement, I'm like, okay, we think differently on this. That's cool.
Yeah, and you're pretty chill. I mean, I've worked with you before and stuff, and you're not one to just pick fights or start an argument out of nowhere.
I'm like a teenager inside of a grown-up body. I just don't take shit. I do take shit seriously. I can get mad. I do get mad. I get irritated, but I'm not gonna.
When's the last time you got mad? I don't think I've ever seen you mad.
You probably won't see me mad. I get upset at things. I just don't do it. I don't really do it in public a whole lot.
That's
the
fair.
drivers here piss me off.
Yeah, it's funny because me and my ex-husband, we never really argued a whole lot. We just kind of slipped away from each other. Like, it just,
Happens.
It wasn't working, but it wasn't like our divorce was so amicable. And it was really easy. And, you know, we weren't fighting over stuff. We barely had anything to fight over. So I feel like I did get really lucky in the fact that my ex is like a nice guy and he wasn't going to screw me over.
It's good because a lot of times that shit ends the opposite way.
Yeah, once it ends, it's like all bets are off, dude. People get brutal.
It's like, okay, it's like this. Day 1, day 2, right? Day 1, you're in a relationship, no problems. And then day 2, obviously not back-to-back days, but you know what I'm saying. And the next day you get divorced, and all of a sudden, like, all of a sudden their opinions, like, you're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, because we broke up or got divorced, now all of a sudden I'm a shitty person?
Yeah.
Like,
and
okay.
I didn't experience that. I still have, you know, I still think my ex is a great guy. It just was, we were just not right for each other. It was the way our personalities were and the way our neurodivergence was just didn't mesh well.
I think people do that so they look like the good person.
Yeah, they're trying to spin it.
But they say their partner's a piece of shit.
But I mean, I think some people genuinely have shitty partners and get out of shitty situations.
You know, there's also that side where it's like, okay, you know they're with somebody who's a piece of shit. You try to tell them, hey, your partner's a piece of shit. And like, I know, but I love them.
I know, and that's hard, but it's also like, I get it. I get why someone would stay. It's so much harder to leave than you think it is. When you're on the outside and you're looking in, you're like, just leave, dude. You know, people say that a lot of times to women who are in abusive relationships, and I feel like it's not that simple at all. And leaving a relationship, especially a long-term marriage type relationship, it impacts every aspect of your life. And that's a really hard decision to make. And I remember when I was grappling with that decision, and you go, I'm married, I have to stick this out, I have to stick this out, I have to stick this out. And but I think it takes a lot of bravery to leave and a lot of wherewithal to know, like, this isn't working.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At least you realize that you weren't like hardcore happy. I said hardcore happy because I'm.
I want to be hardcore happy, man. My next relationship, I'm going to be hardcore happy.
If someone's like, how's it going? Well, I'm happy, but not hardcore happy yet. I'm getting there.
I'm not hardcore happy, but I'm happy.
I don't know why I said it like that. But that's hilarious. But this was definitely a good first little chat.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice little chat.
Well,
I definitely enjoyed the cigarettes.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, I think sitting around chatting in general is cool.
Yeah.
Like when there's no script and it feels like you're just sat at a table listening to people talk, but you can't start your opinion because it's over the internet. One day we'll have to try to go maybe do like a live thing if this thing keeps going for a while.
Definitely a live stream for sure.
And we'll just talk about what the fuck ever.
We'll just talk. But yeah, this was fun.
It'd be sick.
What?
It's a stream of fucking party. That'd be cool. Live stream a party.
Oh shit!
Like you just like have the camera either walking around with it and live streaming, or just having it set up like in the corner of the room and just.
Yeah, true. We can set up a camera.
We
film people. We film everything.
I don't know. Like I don't know what it is, but me watching people do things is very interesting.
Same.
Like I will watch somebody smoke a cigarette and talk.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those lives where people are sleeping?
No.
On the live? And they're just sleeping. And there'll be like 75 people in the chat.
I've never seen it. Well, it was nice finally getting around to doing this. We talked about it for a while.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. All right, is that it?
Call it a day for this first one.
Call it a day. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll get this. This is our first one. We'll see the reaction.
Yeah.
So like honestly, once this is uploaded, if you do see it, please let us know. Right? Say something.
Let us know. Comment your favorite color. Comment what you did today. Comment your feelings about relationships and love and the internet.
Because the best way to do things is or suggest something. Just let us know how we're doing. Like, did we talk too fast? Did we not do? Let us know. So.
Yes.
Anyway.
Please.
Anywho, as they say.
Anywho.
We're gonna leave.
Anywho, all right. Goodbye.
Till next time.
Till next time. See you later.